I treat your kids like my birth children. When we was little, they used to say we was the worst children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. Uptown BZ, you ever thought we would be killers when we was young? Fighting over crumbs and slums, developing infatuation for guns. Secret safe with me cause you was present when it got done. Inhaling cancer causing product rappers in my lungs. Volatile environment, lot of violence, we got numb. Willing to put you on a t-shirt just for asking where I'm from. We still outside playing, although the street light just came on. Posted in the trenches while I exercise my phone. I treat your kids like my birth children. When we was little, they used to say we was the worst children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. Parents' worst fear to hear something happen to what they love dear. Product of your surroundings make you feel like ain't no love here. Who I trust is, swear to God, I miss my grandmother. Gotta touch M's, move my fam, keep my hand covered. In the pandemic, I ain't panicked, kept the set coming. Provided for some households I prefer not to mention. What's the use of something expensive when who you love can't see you in it? Think about how much I miss you every time I crank the engine. I treat your kids like my birth children. When we was little, they used to say we was the worst children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children. We all been through things, it's not our fault. You got to work with them. Protect children. You're not supposed to hurt children.
Georgia, Georgia.
Yo, just pulled up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kellz on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Just enjoy. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. GoddessDee got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen Kellz hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Ships, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your soul can heal. All them ties, all those vibes, we ain't letting them drown. We lift ships up, never tear them down.
Situationships with benefits and blurred lines. Late night convos that redefine mine. Friend turns to foe, bait turn to ghost. But we speak on it all, toast to the growth. Auntie vibes with a twist, drop gems in the mist. Got a palace full of wisdom, come get you a fix. Mic check, soul check, what's your connection? We the pulse of the people, every vibe gets a section. This ain't no gossip, this is gospel with glitter. A sanctuary for the stories they told you to bury. Let your voice rise, let your pain breathe, let your ship dock here.
Welcome, beautiful people, to another episode of The Ships. I'm here with the beautiful Queen Kellz, and we don't just talk about relationships. We talk about the responsibilities that comes with them. Every relationship is a ship. Some ships carry love, Some carry healing, some carry wisdom, others, unfortunately, they carry that pain. So tonight, we're asking a question that every adult should be willing to answer.
And so tonight's conversation, that we're going to have a conversation that make people heal, grow, and see relationships different. So tonight's topic is one that affects every household, every friendship circle, every family, workplace, and every community. We are talking about children and what that protection really looks like in today's world.
Yes. So over the past several years, we watched heartbreaking stories unfold across our communities and across social media, especially recently. Stories of children being neglected, abused, bullied, trafficked, manipulated online, emotionally wounded, unalived, or simply overlooked by the very adults they trusted. Every headline reminds us that protecting children isn't just the responsibility of parents. It belongs to grandparents, aunts, uncles, teachers, neighbors, coaches, mentors, whatever, family friends, and every adult who says they love the children.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So children are like young trees planted in fresh soil. So whatever is surrounding them becomes part of how they grow. So healthy soil will produce strong roots, and toxic soil will weaken the trees before they even have a chance to reach the sunlight. So please pay attention to tonight's conversation, because it isn't about judging parents or pointing the finger, but it's about asking ourselves whether we are really doing a good job of creating an environment where our children can become healthy adults. Why? Because protection is more than preventing danger. Protection is creating peace before danger even arrives.
Welcome to the ships.
So, what does protecting children really look like? Okay. When many people hear the word protection, they immediately think about locking the doors or holding a children's hands while walking across the street, or making sure they're wearing a seatbelt. And those things absolutely matter, right? But real protection reaches deeper than just physical safety. Protecting our children means protecting their bodies, their hearts, and their confidence, their imagination, and their innocence, their dreams, and their voices. A child who feels emotionally safe grows up differently than one that consistently feels afraid. So imagine this: trying to build a beautiful house while the foundation keeps cracking underneath. No matter how beautiful the walls look, eventually the entire structure will begin to shift. So children are no different. Their emotional foundation determines how they build relationships later in life. And so sometimes protecting our children means speaking up for them, even when everyone else remains silent. And sometimes it means believing them when they tell you something is making them feel uncomfortable. And also, it means noticing what they never say out loud.
Sure.
Protection is not control. Protection is love and wisdom.
Yes, girl, yes. So before we continue, remember that healing family begins with these healthy conversations. So here at the Love Palace and Holistic Royalty by Kellz, we believe relationships become stronger when people are willing to learn, grow, and communicate differently. And if tonight's conversation is touching your heart, go ahead and share this live with someone who loves children as much as we do. You never know whose perspective might change because one honest conversation. Tonight isn't about perfection because there's no such thing. None of us have all the answers, but together we can become better protectors for the next generation.
Wow. So one of the things that I want to get into is how social media plays a role in protecting children. Before I get into this, because I see a lot of kids have Facebook accounts that shouldn't have Facebook accounts.
Right.
Why does your young child have a Facebook?
Because they putting a fake birthday and everything
Yeah.
in there. Yeah.
That's not protecting them. There's all kind of predators out there. But social media is like fire. Fire can cook your dinner or it can burn your entire house down.
Hmm.
The fire isn't good or bad. It depends on who is actually controlling it. So children today are growing up in a world where strangers can enter their lives through a screen. Many online predators don't even look dangerous. They often appear friendly, funny, generous, and even understanding. And sometimes children receive more compliments online from strangers than they hear in their own home. And you know what? That's dangerous.
Absolutely.
Because if a child is emotionally starving, even unhealthy attention can begin to feel and look like love. So adults must learn that apps children use, we should also know who they're talking to online. What games are they playing? Roblox.
Facts.
What communities they're joining, and what content they're actually consuming. Because protection isn't spying, you're the parent. Protection is parenting. Protection is caring enough to stay involved before something goes wrong instead of reacting afterwards.
Yeah. And just a side note, because I mentioned this to you, that I don't even like the apps that say children only.
Oh,
because adults can go on children only. It's not children only if adults can go on children. So, like, when it says that, I always be like, I'm about to go see what's going on. You know what I mean?
Like, that's a good way.
Yeah.
We live in a world where our president is a PDFer. We got so many. It's been nobody's talking about this. The truth of the matter is that Epstein file came out. Nobody's irate about that. We ain't even talking about that. It's being hid. This is a man over our country that's able to literally change how we move in this country. You feel what I'm saying? And he has done all these things, not protecting children, but have done things that were against protecting children. So when we look at that, we got to go beyond spaces that just say children only, because these might be the spaces where they're like, now all the kids are here. Let us go ahead and do this. Not only that, we just had some experiences where we just had one of our family members had to take YouTube away from their whole kid because they learned how to stick up the middle finger on YouTube, and told us that. We said, where do you learn that from? They straight said YouTube. So we got to be careful with our children. And I'll end here. But my children my sons, they didn't get cell phones till they was in high school. Mine did.
Well, I think mine was a little younger because y'all was like, okay, older.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all was like, you was like, D, they got, I was like, no. But so, yeah.
And my 10-year-old, she has, little things that she could be
but
on.
It ain't.
But I even take those. She don't get access to this type of world.
So be careful giving your kids your phone for the babies.
They know how to work it.
Okay.
That's crazy.
So let's continue on this conversation about physical safety when it's with friends, family, and trusted adults, okay? Because every adult around a child should become another layer of protection, not a possible threat. Every adult around a child should become another layer of protection, not a threat. Children should never have to wonder where they're safe with the adults they know. Family members should respect physical boundaries. Friends and family should understand that trust is earned and never assumed. Mentors should model integrity. Teachers provide safe environments. Neighbors should look out for neighborhood children the way communities once did. Let me repeat that one again.
Mm-hmm.
Neighbors should look out for neighborhood children like the way communities once did. That's the third part.
Yes.
Imagine every trusted adult becoming another brick in a protective wall surrounding children. One missing brick is going to create that opening. And sometimes the greatest danger isn't outside the family.
Say that again.
Sometimes the greatest danger isn't outside the family.
One more time.
Sometimes the greatest danger isn't outside the family. Sometimes it's sitting at the family reunion. That's why children should always know they can say no. Tell another trusted adult and never be punished for speaking up.
Man.
Families are our strongest when honesty becomes normal instead of uncomfortable. Tonight's conversation is the one that every household should be having around the dinner table.
We do.
Mm-hmm.
All the time.
So continue sharing your thoughts in the comments because someone else may finally find the courage to have this conversation inside their own family. And while you do that, hit the like button. Share this out.
Come on,
GoddessDee and Queen Kellz is talking about. We're finishing the series about protection with the children. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Will y'all. Come back now.
Welcome to Holistic Royalty by Kellz, where peace, holistic wellness is designed with you in mind.
You are just in time. It's time for meditation and yoga class. Follow me. My name is Queen Kellz, and I am a certified yoga instructor specializing in Hatha Yoga, a practice of self-transformation using postures and breathing to focus the mind and body. It is a slower, more meditative practice where poses are held for longer periods. Before we start, allow me to guide you into today's meditation. Tune into Holistic Royalty by Kellz on Mondays and Fridays for meditation and yoga, 11 a.m. EST. Oh, by the way, on Fridays, I teach bed yoga for those who are differently abled. Peace and blessings. You can find me on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for staying with us. Because every conversation that protects a child is a conversation worth having. Okay? So you know what emotional security looks like for children? Children don't need food. Children don't only need food on the table. They need peace in their home.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine living every day wondering today's version of your parents is loving or angry. That uncertainty that creates emotional anxiety. Emotional security means children know they are loved even when they're corrected. It means discipline without humiliation. Correction without insult. Ooh. Rule without fear. Ooh. Children should never feel responsible for fixing an adult's problem.
Period.
A child should never become their parent's therapist, nor should they carry secrets that are too heavy for young shoulders. Homes should become their safe place, not a place that they fear returning to.
Right. Protection also happens outside of the house. Children are watching how adults defend or fail to defend them in public. When bullying happens, do we intervene? When another adult speaks disrespectfully to a child, do we address that? When a coach humiliates children, do we stay silent? Public protection means adults becoming advocates instead of those spectators just looking. Just to looking.
Oh, let this happen. Ain't my kid.
Right. Imagine watching someone drown. I got a little triggered. While standing beside a life preserver. Silence sometimes becomes participation. I need the whole world to hear this. Listen to the sound under my voice. I don't know if everybody's listening, but I hope the right people is listening, because silence sometimes becomes participation. Children remember who defended them. They also remembered who watched.
So I'm gonna be triggered because I love the kids, and because I am a kid that has suffered sexual abuse under a family member, and I understand both sides on the parents that wish they could have protected their child, and the child being afraid to tell the parents. There are a lot of kids that are in this space.
Mhm.
But the silence is what happens most. Children watch how their parents and their friends react to regular stuff in life. So if a child knows you're already going to act a certain type of way because they're used to seeing how you act, they are afraid to come even have that conversation with you.
Right.
They don't really want to have a conversation. And then kids are so tender that you have to treat them in a certain manner so they feel comfortable having the conversation with you, right?
Mhm.
So here at the Love Palace and Holistic Royalty, we believe healthy families begin with healthy minds. We know better, we do better, but we also have to have healthy conversations and a healthy environment, because having the conversation with our children and making them feel safe enough to tell us what's wrong is the most important thing.
Mhm.
So the growth doesn't just happen overnight, okay? But every intentional decision plants another seed for future generations. And I hope that you're still tuned in with us.
Right. I didn't put the trigger warning up, so I see that I wasn't prepared for that, so I have it up. And so sorry, apologize, y'all. There's a trigger warning, okay?
Trigger warning.
Protecting children isn't one conversation; it's a lifelong commitment. So protecting the mental and psychological peace of children. Words leave footprints on children's mind. Some adults remember complaints from 30 years ago. Others still remember insults from childhood. Okay?
Yep.
The mind records both. Children shouldn't constantly hear they're lazy, stupid, difficult, or unwanted. Because you know what? When you grow up, you feel that you're lazy, stupid, difficult, or unwanted. Eventually, those words become internal voices. So protecting mental peace means creating homes where mistakes become lessons instead of lifelong labels. Instead of saying, you always mess everything up, try this. Let's figure this out together. One sentence tears down, the other builds confidence.
Noted, y'all. Because raising children can be a difficult thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have a handbook to how to parent. But if we can get the information out, because there's still healthy information in here that I will extract to use for my children as well, and making sure that I'm protecting them. Okay?
And then, real quick, children, I think we need to get out of the mindset of once you're 18, you're grown, because we've seen a lot of, especially here lately, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's still my child.
Right.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
still
So
trying to figure it
also
out.
take that into consideration when we're talking this as well.
Yeah.
Not just the little ones, especially in today's world, it's them 16, 17, 18-year-olds that we've been seeing lately.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to sidebar that.
No, that's good.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you do forget because of how we've grown up.
Mhm.
18's grown.
Yeah.
By the time they're 18, we putting them out the house. And that's
Mhm.
most people's thing when they're still children. They don't know. They
Still
haven't
need
been out
protection
here.
and guidance.
Yes. And so protecting children in friendships, y'all. So healthy adults help children build healthy friendships. Teach children what respect looks like. Teach
Mhm.
them they never have to stay friends with someone who consistently hurts them or disrespects them. But also teach them that kindness without becoming a people pleaser. So friendship should feel like sunshine after the rain, not consistent thunderstorms.
Mhm.
Children should know that real friends celebrate each other's success, respect boundaries, apologize when they're wrong, and never pressure them into dangerous choices. And that friendships that they have, they can build on how often they build now often shape relationships they'll choose later.
So this is interesting because this morning we had this conversation. Well, yeah, this morning we had this conversation with two young ladies that are friends that are here, in our home. One's visiting, and we really broke down what friendship looks like. And it wasn't all good because we said sometimes your friends is going to tell you stuff you don't want to hear. Sometimes they're going to say, girl, I'm not doing that. So this is really something we are putting into practice. And I hope you do that as well.
Absolutely.
No? Yeah. So.
Yeah. And so now relationships are classrooms. And every day we're teaching someone something, especially children.
Facts.
So let's make sure that the lessons that we are leaving behind are worth remembering. So if you don't mind, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to get into protecting our children and how to do that.
Make sure y'all like, sharing, and subscribe. Okay? And I'm gonna put this back up because y'all, if you wanna donate to the platform, it's okay. It's okay to do that. I don't have the QR code right here, but we got this right here. Okay. Okay. So we'll be right with you after these messages.
Back now.
Hey, hold up. Queen Cammy pulled up. Ghost Rider recap. Yeah. She slide through like, what's up, fam? Let's run this back. Tap in with the city, yeah, she keep the folks on track. Got that love in her stride, got that truth in her tone. Breaking down the headlines like she's sitting on a throne. Community.
I am celebrating. Come and join me. I have a surprise for you. I am pleased to announce that I have joined the Chamaka Essentials family. Welcome to Chamaka Essentials West Coast. I enjoy Chamaka Essentials aromatherapy products, and I know you will too. You will now be able to purchase her aromatherapy products directly from me, Queen Cammy Royal Essentials, and other aromatherapy products are available. Drop me an email and arrange your product delivery options.
This is a BLES, Black Lady Doing Shit production.
Hey, y'all. Hey. She was trying to pull up again. Queen Cammy pull up. She said, let's run that back. Make sure y'all welcome her to Chamaka Essentials. We on the West Coast, we in the South, and we on the East Coast.
Hey,
we are so excited.
Worldwide.
Right. Chamaka Essentials is doing her thing. Welcome, Cammy. If you are on the West Coast, I'm dropping her information to her channel, and then you can reach out however you do from her channel, okay? So, Thank you for continuing this very important conversation that we are having about protecting the children. I had the trigger warning up. Okay, it's trigger warning, y'all.
Yep.
Just be prepared.
Yep.
It might be, for some people.
Me.
So, especially because what we got going on in the world, so the whole world might be triggered.
And here's the thing, I'm saying, and when I say triggered, I'm not saying triggered in a bad way, but this affects me. I'm even gonna come off.
There you go.
I don't want to even say trigger. I want to say this affects me in a certain way because I have been a victim of sexual assault as a child. But I talk about it because I was afraid because of the shame that it gave me. I'm no longer in a space where I'm afraid, and I hope that I can encourage someone else to be able to share their experience, because the truth is you are not alone. And we're here to help you in that. And protecting children is the number one way so that children don't go and repeat things that have happened to them as well. Whether it's sexual abuse, whether it's mental abuse or emotional. Us teaching them actually gives them a basis on how to be healthier.
And keep in mind that protection is a lot of things. You've experienced that, but it could, like we say, it's protection. Just in the recent news, teaching your child how to protect themselves
and their friends,
and being around people that say that they're friends. You know what I mean? So it's very broad. I mean, there's that physical, and then there's that mental and all that.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the empowerment and growth of this, okay? Because protecting children isn't always keeping them away from danger.
Right.
It's preparing them for life. Teach them to think critically. I just said this to my family. I told my nephew, he's 19, I told him to go look up critical thinking, and then he came up and tried to use it on but it worked. I told him, and it was the right content. So teach them to think critically. Teach them to ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Teach them to recognize manipulation. All these things that I'm saying are important. Teach them financial responsibility. How about that emotional intelligence that we need to
That's number 2.
And teach them, most importantly, too, how to apologize, how to forgive wisely. And most importantly, teach them that their voice matters. Because a bird eventually leaves the nest. Protection isn't just clipping its wings, right? Protection is making sure those wings are strong enough to fly.
That was a good one right there. Because we don't always look at that. But understand, every adult shares this responsibility, right? Communities help raise children. There was a time when your neighbors knew one another, and your grandparents lived close by. And children had several trusted adults that they can turn to when they needed guidance. If a child made a poor decision, there was usually another caring adult nearby, lovingly directing them before the situation became something much bigger. But somewhere along the way, many people have adopted the mindset, that's not my child. I don't know them. That child ain't my responsibility. While we should always respect parents' authority and healthy boundaries, that mindset has caused many adults to overlook opportunities to help children and to help protect them. Because these children may be silently asking for help. And the truth is that children becomes tomorrow's neighbors, co-workers, nurses, firefighters, teachers, business owners, pastors, coaches, officers, doctors, leaders, and this and that. So the little boy that is riding his bicycle down the street today may become one of the paramedics who saves your life tomorrow. Facts. The little girl that's quietly sitting in the classroom today may grow up to become a judge, a scientist, an entrepreneur, or even a teacher who changes thousands of lives. no matter, every child is carrying the potential that none of us can fully measure.
Good stuff, Kellz. Imagine society as a giant quilt. I love me a good quilt.
Man, and making it is
Man, it is. Every child is one square stitched into it. If one square begins to unravel and no one notices, eventually the whole entire quilt weakens. Protecting children isn't simply helping one family. It strengthens the entire community. Healthy children often become healthier adults, and healthy adults build healthier families, neighborhoods, workplaces, and friendships. Being responsible doesn't always mean stepping in dramatically. Sometimes it means noticing that children sitting alone at that family gathering, including them into the conversation. And GoddessDee does this all the time, and they'd be like, "Oh, here she comes." I hate
all the kids love us. That's what's crazy. All the kids be right by.
We're about to put Mike into the game.
Right.
They be like, "Oh, yes, you are." Yeah. But sometimes it means asking a struggling single parent, "How can I help you?"
And I wish I had that one. I have 5 kids, y'all 5. So what?
Sometimes it's volunteering to be a mentor to children, coach youth teams, tutor after school, or simply becoming a trusted adult who constantly shows up. You know, those small acts of consistency often create lifelong memories. She said to do the applause, y'all. She said applause.
Because children also need adults who are willing to speak up when something doesn't feel right. If a child suddenly becomes withdrawn, fearful, and unusually aggressive, or begins to act completely differently, those changes deserve your attention instead of your dismissal. Behavior is often the language. Sometimes children tell us that they're hurting without ever even speaking a single word. So adults should be paying attention and never ignore the warning signs just to avoid conflict or making someone feel uncomfortable. Make these mofos feel uncomfortable if your child is uncomfortable. Temporary discomfort for an adult is far less important than a lifelong safety of a child. So protecting children requires courage. Courage doesn't always look loud. Sometimes courage is making one difficult phone call, asking one extra question, or refusing to look the other way while things are going on.
Man, because you know what? Children are constantly watching us, right? Let me show you what they watch. How we solve the problems. They watch how we treat strangers. They watch how we tell the truth. They watch whether we apologize when we're wrong. Long before children become who we tell them to be, they become who they repeatedly see us being.
Go back and say that again.
Long before children become who we tell them to be, or who they should be, I should say, develop into themselves, they become who they repeatedly see us being.
So what's in your wallet?
Everything. Yeah, that's good though. What's in your wallet? Every encouraging word, safe place, bedtime story, every ride to practice, school event attended, every honest conversation, every hug, every prayer, every listened ear, and every act of kindness becomes another brick in building a stronger society and community. We don't protect children because they're weak. We protect them because they're valuable. I'm talking, it don't even matter. We don't protect children because they're weak. We protect them because they're valuable. And when children know they are valued, they grow into adults who value others.
Mm-hmm.
Now listen, if tonight's conversation has touched your heart, don't keep it to yourself.
Right.
Share this episode with another parent, grandparent, teacher, coach, mentor, uncle, family, or friend. One conversation can spark another. And before you know it, entire communities begin thinking differently and responsibly. We all share. And responsibility that we can all share. Here at the Love Palace and Holistic Royalty by Kellz, we believe change doesn't always begin with government policies or large organizations. Sometimes it begins with one family deciding to do better, one neighborhood choosing to pay attention, and one adult saying, every child matters. We'll be right back with our closing thoughts right after these messages.
Y'all just wait right there. Oh, we'll be back.
Be right
This
back.
is a very important conversation.
I am GoddessDee of Love, creator, visionary, and certified insight life coach, and the journey continues. Welcome to a daily dose of D at the Love Palace. Today's word of D day is... Set your notification bell so you don't miss an episode. It airs Monday through Friday at 5:30 p.m. EST.
This is a BLDS, Black Lady Doing Shit production.
COC and the world gonna know.
Hey, hold up. Queen Cammy pulled up. Ghost Rider recap. Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
Still want to pull
Yeah,
up,
you
y'all.
can pull up on the West Coast.
She is like, did y'all hear me the first time? I don't think y'all did.
Welcome back, Tammy.
Well, make sure
back.
you tune in to Daily Dose of D,
Yes.
Monday through Friday. We're getting ready for the big celebration. We're almost at 300 episodes, so make sure you subscribe and hitting that notification button, because we're gonna celebrate, because everything's a celebration, every small moment. Okay.
Absolutely.
Appreciate
How
you.
do you?
Thank you.
Welcome back, y'all. So let's finish tonight's conversation with purpose, hope, and the reminder that love is strongest when it protects. So now let's get into the conclusion of all of this, right? Children are not interruptions to our lives, and if you think that, quit having them. Don't have them. For real, because it's sad. You know what they are, though? They are our legacy. They are tomorrow wearing today's shoes. Every generation inherits something from the other. Every generation inherits something from one before it, right? Mm-hmm. Some inherited wisdom, others inherit pain, some inherit confidence, while others inherit fear. The question each of us must answer is, what are we passing down?
Say that again. What's the question?
The one question that we should be asking pertaining to our children is, what are we passing down to them? Mm-hmm. A child's future is shaped by thousands of small moments that many adults barely even notice. So the bedtime stories, instead of another hour scrolling on the phone, conversations instead of criticism, hugs instead of harsh words, the apology when we even make a mistake, the encouragement when they feel like giving up. And in these days and times, we may ask, kids don't have a lot of pressure. Yes, they do. And so we need to be there. Those moments become memories. Those memories become beliefs. Those beliefs become their identity. And those identities shape the future. Children don't need adults to be perfect. They need adults who are present. Present enough to notice when something changes. Present enough to even ask the difficult questions. Present enough to listen without immediately judging. And present enough to celebrate the victories that may seem small to everyone else, but means the world to a child. So imagine this.
Okay.
A lighthouse standing on the edge of a shoreline. The lighthouse doesn't stop storms from coming. But you know what it does? It gives the ship a safe direction to follow. That's who we should become for our children. We can't remove every challenge that they'll face, but we can become the steady light that helps guide them through safely through the life's storm.
Very, very right. Because every child deserves to know what safety feels like. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
So safety is knowing your voice. Safety is knowing someone will believe you. Safety is knowing mistakes don't cancel love. It's knowing you never have to earn your worth. And safety is knowing there is always someone you can call when life becomes overwhelming. Think of this. How different our world would look if every child grew up feeling protected instead of neglected, encouraged instead of criticized, heard instead of ignored, loved instead of tolerated. Many of the struggles adults face today may have been have roots planted in childhood. That's why protecting children isn't only about tomorrow, it's provision for, isn't about today, it's provision for tomorrow. Every child who experiences healthy love is more likely to become an adult who gives healthy love. Every child who experiences respect is more likely to respect others. And every child who learns emotional security is more likely to create emotionally secure families of their own. The greatest inheritance we can have that we can leave children isn't money, property, or possession. It's that emotional health, that confidence, that wisdom. It's integrity, faith, and unconditional love. If we truly want stronger families, safer communities, and healthier relationships, and a brighter future, it begins with how we care for our children today. So tonight, we challenge every person watching to become someone's safe place. Be the adult who listens. Be the adult who notices. Be the adult who encourages. And be the adult who protects. Let every child who crosses your path leave your presence feeling seen, valued, respected, and loved.
Yeah, there protecting the children, y'all. I'm telling you,
Conversation makes us happy.
I'm about protecting the children. I go to war for my children. I don't care what nobody say at our community. I'm gonna say something to your child if they in the store acting up, because you should. Like, come on. Let's be real. Protecting one another requires us also feeling safe as well, right? But tonight we thank you for joining us for another powerful episode of The Ships, excuse me.
Yeah.
We hope that tonight's conversation does not end when this broadcast ends. Hopefully it will continue around your dinner tables and in your living room, in your churches, your school, your community centers, and everywhere people gather to make a difference. So now we invite you to continue this conversation during our live Q&A with Holistic Royalty beginning around 8:30-ish Eastern Standard Time. So come on over to my house, please. Bring your questions, bring your story, bring your perspective, and bring your heart. Because together, let's continue learning how we can create a world where every child is surrounded by love, protected with intention, and given every opportunity to thrive. Until next time, remember this. Children may be small in stature, but they carry enormous futures. The love we pour into them today becomes the light that can carry into tomorrow. Peace, love, and blessings.
And we'll see you at Holistic Royalty by Kellz. This is going to be we want y'all to come back and join us, because this is going to be a very good conversation and needed. Now, let's protect, because that's the word. Let this conversation be about the protection, not what's being done, but we're going to show examples of what's being done.
Yeah.
But let's focus on what we can do as a community to protect our children. All right, I'm going to close you guys out. We'll see you at Holistic Royalty by Kellz. I was about to say the Love Palace, but okay. So peace and love to you all, and we will see you real soon.
Come on over to my place.
Now we lift ships up, never tear them down. Yeah, we building, not breaking. Say that. Leave out. You don't gotta shrink in here. Your story got weight. So bring every ship. Let it dock. Let it be seen. Let it be set free. You're safe now. Welcome home.
Georgia, 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 Georgia.